Hey, I'm Kiernan, and if you're new here, I am not your average bass player. If you're not new here, thanks for joining again. So, I wanted to make a video specifically for my Kahler Tremolo. I've made plenty of videos playing it and answering some of your guys' questions and things like that on my social medias, but I've never actually made a YouTube video about it, so that's what I'm going to do today. In today's video, I'm going to answer some of your guys' most common questions that I get for this thing, and I'm going to show you some brief specs, kind of what it does, how it works, and then I'm going to show you what I like to do with it. So if that sounds good to you, stick around. Let's get started. Does it stay in tune? Yes, it does. I'm going to show you right now. It's in tune. Now watch this. Still in tune. Does this bass need a locking nut? No, this bass does not need a locking nut. The strings are so large and they have so much tension that they probably won't fall out of the nut. Where do I find one? You can find all of their products on www.kahlerusa.com and only www.kahlerusa.com. The reason why I say it like that is because there's a lot of counterfeits floating around. You don't want to waste your time with, Reverb or eBay or any of that stuff because you might not be getting the real deal. In addition to that, they have a very wide selection of products to choose from. They have, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 strings for bass, guitar, they have fixed bridges, they have tremolos like this, they have Floyd styles, they have multi-scales, 8, 9, 10 string for bass and guitar. I mean, it's just wild over there. They even have parts and pieces that you can check out if you're looking for a replacement or you need a screw here or there. But yeah, www.kahlerusa.com. How do I install a Kahler Tremolo? Well, there's plenty of information you can find out about this online, especially through Kahler's website and their YouTube. So if you want detailed information about that, that's where you can go to find it. Also, through people who have done it themselves. Unlike me, I did not install this myself. I paid a professional luthier to do it because this bass, like I've shown before, is not flat. But my best advice for installing a Kahler Tremolo is know exactly what model you're going to get before you get one. There's different models for depending on how much room you have on your bass between your bridge pickup and the edge of your body here. And also, like I said, if you have no idea what you're doing, please hire somebody to do it for you because they will do it right. But essentially, all that said, the installation process for something like this, a 2400 series, is pretty simple. I believe all they did was route a proper size hole for the cam cavity to go into, and thankfully, again, not all the way through like a Floyd. And then they countersunk the top of it here because there is a radius here. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a radius, so they had to sink that down in there, and then they just screwed it on top, and that was it. There is one question though that I do get less frequently, but I still get it from time to time, and that's, are Kahler Tremolos good quality? Are they worth the money? Are they worth the price? Do they last the test of time? I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, yes. I have experience in machine shop. I've made things out of solid steel and brass and things like that in a machine shop, so I can tell you just by looking at this is high quality stuff. Seriously. And you know what? Before I even had machine shop experience, I knew this was high quality. From the moment I pulled it out of the box. That's because on, I think it was the receipt, it had a signature by Gary Kahler himself, thank you for our product, and that to me was like sold, high quality stuff. I think I actually still have the box. Hold on. So this is the box that it came in, right, a few years ago, and I think it comes with the cloth and it comes with all the parts, and I think somewhere on here, yep, there it is. Gary Kahler's signature right there on the order receipt. So from that moment I just knew, I was like, this is a quality product. I felt like I had to share that because it's something that really opened my eyes to Kahler as a company. I'm going to wrap up those questions here, and if you have any more questions, please let me know down in the comments. And if I think I have enough questions that need some answering, I'll make an update video. So stay tuned for that. So I'm going to move on and talk about the basics of how this thing works, and because like I said, it's very different from something like a Floyd Rose. So first of all, this is a fully floating trem. It goes up and down. You see the cam moving there. Now the surprising part to me when I first got this was I was under the impression that I was having to be careful with it, or I was going to rip the whole thing out of the body, something disastrous was going to happen, but that's not true at all. Because the way they built this is genius. If you can see here, when I dip the tremolo down, it loosens the strings, but the springs in the tremolo are pulling down and under, basically pulling the tremolo into the body. So you don't have to worry about it coming out, right? If you pull up, it's tightening the strings, but it's loosening the springs in the cam, right? It's kind of... So that's comforting, to me at least. Something that's also very different about a Kahler tremolo compared to any other tremolo that I've seen is these saddle rollers. They're basically just wheels that the strings sit on. The best part about them is that they allow you to not mess with your action. Because if you notice, if you use something like a Floyd, when you use the whammy bar, your string will go up and down, and it's no good. These, your action stays completely the same, super solid. Also, they make the wheels out of different materials. You can pick between like steel and brass and Teflon glass, which is crazy, but yeah, even more options for you. Alright, finally, let's get into the last part of this video and talk about some of the techniques I like to use with this tremolo here. First and foremost, vibrato. It's a really nice low tone when you put it on a bass. You can do a little bit, or you can do a lot, if you want. Also, another thing I like to do is transition between notes. I don't really know what to call it, but I like to dip the tremolo down before I slide up. Something like that. Or I can do the opposite. I can dip down like a whole step before I slide down to the right note. But where it really gets cool is when I kick in the SUSTAINIAC. Do some crazy stuff like that. I can't get enough with it. This tremolo is probably my favorite mod that I've ever done with this bass. And in fact, I have plans for more. This new bass that I just got, I'm working with Gary Kahler to get a custom tremolo for it. So that's about it for me. If you have any more questions, like I said before, please drop them in the comments below. I'll read every single comment, and if I think I have enough questions or something that's worthy of making an update video on this, I certainly will, so stay tuned for that. Either way, thanks for watching this video, thank you for your support, and speaking of support, I do have some new ways of supporting me that you can see in my link tree. I have, Cash App, PayPal, I'll put it on screen now. But yeah, either way, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.